Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's November 28, 2012. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Shimbino. We saw a mixed trade for the grains today. Let's turn over to Fire Tip, see what happened in Chicago. Corn was off just a penny or so. Soybeans off about 2 3/4. Wheat in Chicago up 3 1/2, and Kansas City up about 2 1/4. Logan, it looked like we had a pretty choppy session, low volume session. What was really driving the market today?
Yeah, on the heels of yesterday's pretty big market move, it did seem like a lot more of a quiet day. Today, in the early session, we did actually move higher here. We had grains positive across the board. Corn and soybeans both drifted lower toward the close, but not really with a lot of conviction in either way. Fundamentally in this market, we did have news out of a soybean sale to China just this morning on the amount of 290,000 metric tons there for 12/13. That was certainly good to see them back in the market. Seemed like earlier in the week we had some bullish news as it relates to soy oil. So certainly on the global front, U.S. soybeans remain very competitive. But overall, I think the market's kind of trying to find direction right now. We have some critical technical levels right now, especially in beans. 200-day moving average here we're kind of bumping our head against. We have some top line resistance here and a 50% retracement of this large run that we've been on. So a lot of technicals here kind of coming to a head. It seems like the trade's kind of looking for direction right now. One way we might find some direction is by export sales tomorrow. I know you looked at those a little bit. What's the market expecting there?
Yeah, the market's expecting another pretty good week for corn export sales. They're expecting about 450 to 650,000 metric tons for corn. Wheat's 400 to 500,000 metric tons, and soybeans 500 to 750,000 metric tons. If we do get another good week of corn export sales, that'll just come on the heels of what we had last week was pretty good sales. We need to keep seeing these good sales to catch up to what the USDA is currently forecasting for this year.
Yeah, it seems like right now, I guess throughout the marketing year, corn's had a really hard time picking up export sales. We did, as you mentioned, see that 769,000 metric ton sale last week, but now the bar has kind of been raised for corn. If we do have a big week, we're meeting expectations, and if we miss those expectations, it's going to definitely be pressuring things lower here. So I'd be a little bit nervous being a corn bull coming into this report tomorrow. I'd want to keep a close eye on that as that comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, it seems like there's a few things weighing on the corn market right now. The technicals are shaping up. We have some resistance hanging above us right now on the daily chart. We also saw the ethanol production was lower this week. Corn going to ethanol production was also lower this week. But we did see a slight downgrade in the stocks as well. So that was a little bit bullish story within a otherwise bearish story. So I think corn is looking like it could be, the potentials to the downside right now.
Yeah, certainly. Right now a dollar index actually picked up, closed slightly lower today, I guess, but slowed down some of the selling we've seen in recent weeks. Certainly if we see a continuation of the trend there, lower dollar index should help the grains in general, so we'll be watching that closely there. But, that kind of wraps up what we saw in the grain market here on GrainTV today. Thanks a lot for joining us. Tune in tomorrow morning for the export sales report.